Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to EduFam International Academy. An insightful evening with the mentor, Dr. B. Ramanathan from Singapore. Instead of me introducing him, it is like showing a diya to the sun. Let me invite Dr. B. Ramanathan himself to speak about his achievements, contributions, and his mission of life professionally and personally as well. One thing I must say that Dr. Ram is the one who has inspired me a lot. Although Dr. Ram is in Singapore, but he has helped me while I was in India while establishing EduFam International Academy. And he is the one who will always extend his helping hand whosoever asks for that. And he will never hesitate to helping even going to the beyond his limitations. He is the one who has spent his time, energy, money, resources, networking, everything for the people to reach their goal. Today, his presence here is making a vast difference for EduFam International Academy, and we are proud of him and we are honored with his presence. Dr. B. Ramanathan, over to you. Please let us know about you a little bit in detail.
Good evening, all. Thank you, Dr. Halima Sadia, for inviting me to chit chat with this leadership challenging group. It is a passion for me to chit chat always with the communities who are aspiring to become excellence. So leadership is a quality where it is very much needed and demanded in the society. So we have to endorse the right aspects and the skill sets which are very much required for them to boost up in their lives as well as lifestyle. There are many people, they learn to transform. Myself also, I learned to transform as a leader today in both entrepreneurial segments as well as social engagements. So we have to make ourselves to determine the goal sets in the life, where you wanted to travel, what you wanted to contribute, how much you can commit and do well for your life. It's not only for yourself, also giving back to the society. Giving back to the society is the concrete element of any leader who are not only living for themselves, but for the surrounding people who are requiring their needs to fulfill by the leader. So we are making our life to transform into these segments. So hopefully the learners also getting benefit out of my chit-chatting session today arranged by you. Thanks to all participants as well as the communities who wanted to listen through the social media. So we are here to help you. We are here to guide you. We are here to coach you. We are here to collaborate with you. So life is a wonderful journey. We have to make it possible for our betterment. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ram. Thank you very much. And now we have received the questions from Ms. Hamida Begum. May I request Ms. Hamida Begum to kindly ask those questions, please.
Good evening, sir. And it's my pleasure that I am in the inspiring people. And my first question is for you, sir. Please tell us one turning point of your life that totally changed your life. One turning point that make you feel like that I have to.
Life is having always the ups and downs, providing the challenge to your life by the ambitions which are making you to travel further and further most. Sometimes we could not able to achieve those kind of things as per our desirable way. So we have to think the positive way or alternative way, how to lift up and lead further. So myself, I missed the physician admission in my career, but I wanted to put the doctor title in front of my name. So I wanted to achieve my graduation through the PhD, I made it. So hereafter, everybody is calling me as Dr. B. Ramanathan. So I missed the MBBS, but I attained the PhD. I worked together with the physicians for more than 2 decades in the hospital and the research atmosphere. Still, I am very passionate to work together with the physician or any kind of medical therapies or medicines. I'm still continuing those kind of aspects. That is the passion. But the same way, the career aspects I designed such a way to become an entrepreneur because the employment has come to an end in my life. But I wanted to take extra my hard work, put much more effort to create the company, and I worked hard for that. That's why Dr. Halima Sadia came to sign up the MOU with us, and we collaborate. We did a lot of programs for the even before COVID and during COVID, after COVID as well. So that is the way we are making ourselves to transform into the new era. So how much you are having the mindset, the attitude, it will create your altitude to reach the achievements in the bigger manner. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And one more question, sir.
Miss
Actually,
Hamida will give you the chance to ask one more question, but first let me invite Bilal Ahmed. Bilal Ahmed, please switch on your video and ask your question, please. Bilal Ahmed is an engineering student and he is very keen for self-grooming, and his mission is to provide the affordable houses to the people because he is doing his civil engineering and he is going for the masters to do masters in this. So Bilal Ahmed, thank you very much for joining us. Bilal, please ask your question.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Bilal.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. Sir, can you tell about the books you have published?
I have keen to publish a lot of books, but I'm not having enough time to sit and write. But few books recently we published, edited books. I have compiled few articles in those books. 2020 we published one during COVID time. Then after that, recently one book we edited and published, and 2 more books also, one awards and recognition, the compilation of the profiles. Halima Sadia's profile also aspiring awardee, and one recent trend in the advancement of research, that edited articles also published. So around 4 books we published through AC International Private Limited. We are planning to publish more books to guide and help the people how to make the life very easy and comfortable. Making the articles together with many eminent people, I believe it will give more recipes, more information, more different kind of styles and other things. But I am still waiting for my own book. Maybe in near future I will publish.
Okay, sir, I had one more question. What advice would you give youngsters who want to go on in advanced research?
Youngsters are having more enthusiasm and energy. They are getting empowered through the social media and the current curriculum, which are making them to think and do the better things. But they have to focus for the goal sets.
Yes.
What would be the future goal sets they wanted to achieve, and whom do they observe as a leader or taking them as a role model? One person or multiple person or personalities, whatever it may be, from their neighborhood, friends or family members or societies or countries leader or world leaders, whatever it may be. So that way they have to create and they have to put up together with the ambitions, how to make it possible. That is the way they have to follow. They must need to have certain kind of guidance. Either they have to approach for any coach, life coach. It might be from the family, elders or seniors, parents or siblings or any other relatives, whatever it may be. Because experience It's the gift of the God. You have to procure the experience from the person, but you can decide on your own. Whatever the way, you have to procure the information, the sources and resources, but you have to decide on your own way, because the gut feeling is more superior power. But you have to make the approach in a holistic manner, rather than make yourself, you are very passionate, but you don't know the roadmap, you don't know the risk, how to propagate further, how to reach to the destiny. So the experience will give certain values for you, added value.
Yes. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bilal, for your questions, and I hope that you receive the satisfactory answers.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, now, Hamida, you have another question. Will you please ask this question?
Sir, it is more or less connected to Bilal sir question. I just want to ask you, who motivated you to choose these fields? Who was the source behind that you think about all these fields?
No, usually our young, the period of young time, we are fascinated with a lot of things. We want to groom ourselves either by looking with the neighbor person who are sitting next to you, or the teachers who are getting motivated and who are making you to think as a role model, and social cause, social happenings, who are guiding, who are making you to transform in that kind of aspect. Historical leaders, usually they are making the fascination for the person to attract. There are so many. That's why I made the statement holistic approach. If you are choosing one, that's okay. If you are choosing too many, there is the freedom of choosing too many leaders, no problem. But it should not make you to get diversified or confused. There are people who wanted to go with the spiritual aspect. There are people who wanted to go with social services. There are people who wanted to go with government positions like civil services or political services, whatever it may be. So because I usually say these words, two minds may not think alike. Identical twins may bond together but never die.
Never.
So that is the physiological or physical mechanism. So we can't determine the person or personality will be the same with the two different people, or even for us as well, in the younger age or growing age, or sometimes the senior conditions. So our thinking, our contribution, our commitments are getting changed. So we do ourselves whatever the possible things, whatever the surrounding support to you. That is the way. So I was getting motivated in multiple times because it is not the single manner or single determinations. I can't describe it. But in due course of time, whatever the way, the positive attitude is the good empowerment. So whether you are in the upstream level or downstream level, your mind always making you to think positive, go beyond the mile, extra mile, out of the box. So that is the quality making you to progress well, reaching to your destiny in a comfortable manner. If you are not comfortable, but you have to go along with the people who can help you to travel better or guide you to lead better. So you have to find certain kind of soulmates or friends or any coach. That is the good aspect. Whether you are down, they are making you to motivate and they are giving certain kind of support to lift up. Either social friends or any kind of occasion in the working atmosphere, or reading certain books, because Bilal also asked. So when you are making yourself comfortable, you can read and you can find out the reason how to lift it up. Usually learning from the mistakes and failures are good aspects in our life to improve. The strategies you have to follow, how to make the successful transformation in your life, whatever, wherever, or however possible ways, you have to choose it. Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I hope that you got satisfactory answer. Now, Dr. Ram, I have two questions, and then after that, we will open for the audience here to ask the questions. My first
Yes.
question is that, in today's world, you said that one leader or multiple leader or whatever, but I can see that there is a bombardment of not only knowledge, but bombardment of the gurus as well, so many people, so many leaders, so many gurus, so many mentors, so many coaches, and at times, and so many groups, we are like puzzled that, okay, literally, I am sometimes confused that, okay, which group has to be sent what? Sometimes some group has the limitations. You don't send this, you send that, you send this. And then it is like really so confusing. And I'm puzzled that, okay, is this where we are going to live the entire life? Or there will be any change in the lifestyle? How we are going to cope up in this scenario? It is really very, very confusing. And when I, as an adult, can feel this as a mature person, then I can now understand even students, the children, the college students, what they must be feeling. Then how we have to manage this crisis of bombardment of knowledge and gurus and leaders.
Yeah, it's a good question. It is your life challenges you are facing now. Me too, also having these kind of things, because life is having certain kind of supporters, certain kind of obstructors, the hurdles they are putting in front of us, or limitations they wanted to put through on us. So wherever we are, maybe in the family also. Earlier, you have also shared that kind of things in your early childhood stages. There are many people, they could not continue their education in a comfortable way. That kind of things happening everywhere, even in working place, even in the family life, even in the social life, whom you are or how do you do the thing. There are certain there are certain negative aspects will come. I have faced a lot of negative aspects. That's why I made myself to think positive. Very strongly, I think positive, whatever the manner. So as long as I am living comfortably, I will keep it. It's an asset, like a breath. Every day I am doing. So the same way, I wanted to live my life through the positive aspect. And I have to find the people who are approaching in a nice manner and a supporting manner. They should not give any kind of obstacle. They should not give any kind of negative words. And they have to join hand with you and making the victory in the win-win situation. It should not be exploited. It should not be overlooked, or it should not be controlled you. It should be a kind of hand-holding together and making the things happening and giving the respects on each other. That is very, very important. So we have to find out the person and the personality when we are choosing as a leader. I used to mention few leaders in this kind of category, but the way they are approaching or they are doing the service to the society or countries entirely different, because all leaders are not having the same quality of endorsement. There are some criteria will be much more better in one particular leadership. Other criteria may not be admired that much well. So we have to approach the holistic manner. Completely we have to analyze, and whatever the good things you wanted to choose, you can choose. Because it is the rights and it is the freedom you have. It is also supporting for the religious factors. Whatever the religious aspects you are, whatever the good things you wanted to choose from every religion, you have the rights to choose. So the goodness only making the empowerment in a positive manner. The negative things are bringing down, and our energy, our enthusiasm may not be comfortable to endorse it. So we have to choose the good thing, good people, and good time that will create the best life in our conditions. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Ram. So this was my first question. My second question is that you are an Indian, but you live in Singapore, and you are a PR holder. Your family is there. And as you know, that Singapore is a dream destination for many people. but it's not easy to go and find a job over there and to live over there. Can you please give some tips to our youngsters, those who are dreaming of going to Singapore, maybe settling there, or maybe finding a job over there? So will you please give them some practical tips so that they can be prepared to for that position?
This is also another good question, because as of now, Singapore is a competitive place when compared to any other countries or the region. Asia Pacific, Singapore is leading, and they are having the peaceful life for the people who are living here, economically more empowered, very stable government, and the condition of living is very harmonious, as well as support each and everyone who wanted to believe and live in that kind of circle, but it should be in a regulated or compliance-oriented kind of condition. They are having all sorts of freedom under the law. At the same time, the employment category, there are certain ways the government is making the conditions to protect for the locals, especially Singaporean and Singapore in the service sector. Other than that, construction industry, manufacturing industry, oil and gas industry, or shipyard industry, there are certain questions. It is always welcoming the people who are talented in their respective field of experience, and they wanted to create the space for youngsters, middle-aged people, and senior citizens. However, the way they wanted to contribute the better things for the ongoing happenings in the organization level. But the service sector is only the limitations because they wanted to offer the jobs to the local. And one more thing is the graduated people, freshly graduated people, without experience, it is quite difficult to get the position in Singapore, because a lot of institutions generating the youngsters who are coming very fresh to the environment, and they are having the education very much supportive for the ongoing things in Singapore. So the curriculum, as well as the real-time experience, internship opportunities, everything manifested for those kind of aspects. So that is the way they are getting more opportunities when compared to the overseas freshers. And mostly the Ministry of Manpower limiting them because the unemployment cases, they are very seriously looking for the local people. So that is the aspect. The conditions are very limited because it's a small country and very expensive country. So they don't want to create any kind of deviation from the system. So that's why it is making the hurdle. But definitely, if they are having any good experience or international authority kind of things, the license or any kind of assurance they have to provide for the international scenario, definitely it would be admire kind of aspects for the person who can find the job in Singapore. They can come as an entrepreneur. They have to establish their business here. That is the way they can find out certain kind of value addition for the resident visa, working visa, and family-oriented settlement. All these aspects are very open. We can provide certain kind of advice when we are having one-to-one kind of opportunity and find out the way how to make them to fit into the environment. But there are always welcoming sources available in Singapore. Recently, I heard certain number of people, they are willing to come and invest in the franchisee company, so that they could find out certain value and getting the resident visa for the whole family. But they find out certain value invest, because taking over the franchisee company, they have to pay and run the business for the royalty as well as license. So that is also making certain welcoming for the entrepreneurs. If anybody is interested from any country or any region, we will talk about that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I think it was hopeful for all those who are willing to start any business in Singapore or want to visit Singapore for a job purpose. Now the house is open. If the participants like Shama Parveen, Habib Mohammed, Shyam Sundar, Hanish, AK, if you have any questions, you please just let me know so that you can ask. Otherwise, then we will continue our question answers. We will give the chance to those who have already asked the questions. Yes, please. Shyam Sundar, Hanish AK, Shama Parveen, Habib Mohammed.
I have no question, ma'am. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Shama and Habib and Hanish.
I have no questions, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Shama and Mr. Habib. Shama Parveen and Mr. Habib. Okay, Mr. Habib has left already. Shama Parveen, what about you? Okay, anyway, so Dr. Ram, in continuation with Singapore, now, you know, nowadays, you know that I am in Dubai, and the people normally they consider that, okay, Singapore and Dubai and Hong Kong, all these countries are like towards like advanced country, we can say, or the smart countries. Here I have found the attitude of the people, like they are workaholic, you know. Even now, the same scenario is has become in even Dubai also. They are very much workaholic, and they don't have time for anything else except working. Wherever they are working, either in the company or the organization or their own business or whatever they are doing, even, you know, the basic need of a person like cooking, eating, all these have become now secondary. Now cooking has become like a thing that is as a hobby. Like at times when they feel like cooking, they cook. Otherwise, most of the time they are eating outside. So in this scenario, can you advise, because I have seen you that you speak about work-life balance as well. So can you please give us some suggestions that how a person has to maintain balance in the work and work life and the personal life? Because I don't think that it is a right thing or right attitude or maybe the right lifestyle that is happening nowadays, that 24/7 you are just thinking about your career, about your work, about your company, about your business, about your organization, and you are not bothered even about your real relatives, your close ones, your own health, your own food, your own personal hygiene, grooming, and all other things, neglecting all those things, and then trying to perform like maximum in the at the workplace. So what exactly the man wants to achieve out of this, and how we have to make the work-life balance?
It's a debatable topic as of now, because human life is like a rat race. So many people, they wanted to live in the boundary or circle. They are grooming for those kind of aspects when the time of education itself, because in schools and educational institutions, they are keeping very busy, very busy, both students and teachers, even non-teaching staff as well. So that is the way they are grooming, and they wanted to contribute the better thing for the organization who are providing the employment opportunities. But it is the debatable topic. Why? Because the work-life balance for the personal as well as professional life, there are many people, they could not find the comfort zone. So they are making their life put up in very much troubled condition, and family life, social life, are engaging certain kind of value addition for learning and improve in their life career. So all these things are very much disturbed and confused. But recently, the analysis and the reports are providing very short manner. The people who are running the life in the risky manner, in the imbalanced condition, their health is getting affected psychologically or physically, physiologically. They are getting more difficult situation to overlook. the chronic diseases and other relationship or the mood, everything is getting spoiled. So the government and other regulatory bodies, now they are making certain values for that, how to improve the quality of working environment and providing the comfort zone for keeping the work-life balance. As you mentioned, the rushy life or giving the risky factor, especially for preparing their food, eating some good nutritious elements for the food additives, and many things. It is not provided the particular environment, especially the busy life, or they are making the risk towards with the conditions very, very difficult to overcome. Even eating very poor manner, or sleeping very poor manner, or keeping the relationship in the social circumstances very limited space. These are all the things are isolating the person or the personality from the happy mood to a sad mood. So that is also due course of time inducing some physiological imbalance in the body, and it is creating a lot of chronic diseases in overcoming period. So that's why it is our individual decision whether you are feeling more stress, you are not comfortable to carry over that kind of career. You have to decide yourself and making yourself to transform or something, find out switching over to another career. That is the good aspect, because the personal values are very important, especially your hungry, your thirst and your sleep. It should not get compensated by anyone. You are the master to do for yourself. So that's why many people are thinking if it is not comfortable for them to continue those kind of career, they wanted to switch over. They wanted to find certain nearby station kind of jobs, not too far to travel for hourly manner. And it is having a lot of risk when they wanted to get certain kind of leave or being with the family members. I could see a lot of people, they are making these kind of struggles in their life. So that's why it's included in curriculum, and they have to decide, they have to find, and the employer also must need to think how to treat the employee in a fair manner, because they are also human beings. They are also having social and personal values. They have to respect them, and they have to provide enough salary, enough comfort zone to work well and contribute well for the organization. But it should be a kind of commitment for everyone in the society, government, or legal issues, or the conditions in the employment status, or the person who wanted to choose those kind of things. So we have to find certain values. The work-life balance are very, very important, and it should be tutored in a proper way and maintained to implement in the conditions of employment status, as well as monitored by the government as per the regulations are strictly followed and endorsed for the time being. So all these things are very important. Work-life balance, definitely it is the value for life. We have to think and procure for our. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone. And with this,
Yeah.
come to the end of today's session.
Ma'am, I have
Somebody
something
is
to say. Shyam Sundar.
Yes, Dr. Shyam Sundar, please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm a finance professional. I'm a doctor, but I'm 63 now. I started my working career probably when I was 20. So I worked in several positions in several companies. And when it comes to work-life balance, I just wanted to say a few things. However, the government or the company or any person who is in a working capacity, if the person's immediate supervisor is not supportive of your work-life balance quality or the need to have a work-life balance, it will not be successful. Although we don't have many managers here in this forum now, all I would say that to be a successful person as a manager as well as an employee, you need to recognize and respect the need for work-life balance. The second thing is when it comes to work-life balance, it's not just a question of 8 hours or 10 hours a day. It's also a question of having paid vacation time. And I have worked for about 27 years in Dubai for a US multinational. And the company that I work value that culture very much. So effectively, every July and August is a typical time when people go on vacation, especially with school-going children. So what we do is there are 8 people, say, in a finance function. At any point of time during July and August, 4 will be away on vacation. They come back and the next 4 will go. So my boss made it very clear that we have a vacation time. So that we come back, spend time with our families in India or wherever we go, and come back and get them relaxed. So that is something that I am seeing that is missing, especially in the US and other areas. Probably it is there in Singapore. I have not worked in Singapore, but I have known that Singapore also values that culture. That's all I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your
Yeah.
yeah. Usually it is implemented in the law, but it is not adopted by many people, or it is not applicable for the status of employee. So that is the condition. But we have to find out the way how to make it possible to implement perfectly and getting adoptable by each and everyone in the ecosystem. As you mentioned, it is the ethical issue because human values are very much demanded as of now, but it's not be getting exploited or deviated from the common way of life empowerment or life achievement. Even for sportsmen or any kind of positions or any kind of situations, the person must need to think how to allocate the enough time for the personal values or professional values or social values. How much? So it is the comfort zone or it is the non-comfort. So they have to determine. If opportunity comes, they have to show the career. If it is providing the stress, either physical manner or psychological manner or economical manner, even social manner. So they have to find out. That's why I mentioned it should be implemented in the proper education along with other aspects. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very
Thank
much. Any other question? Mr. Lakshman has just joined. May I know, Mr. Lakshman? May I know about you? Mr. Lakshman, I think Mr. Lakshman is not connected with audio. He is without audio. So, Dr. Ram, thank you very much for sparing your valuable time. It was really a nice discussion. And at times, you know, when you are getting this 40 to 50 minutes time just to sit and just to listen peacefully, listen to the golden words, the wise words, really, it is also a sort of, we can say, work-life balance only because it's very relaxing. And we are away from those stressful moments and tensions and all those things. So thank you very much. And your positivity has really enlightened our minds that always be positive, whatever is the situation, whatever is the condition. And that positivity has made you a great leader. And I can see that the way you are dealing with the people over there in Singapore, you know, that is the difference that I found whenever I go to Singapore and I just ask Dr. Ram, please help me in organizing this program. And then Dr. Ram will be the one who will do his level best to bring the people all together. That I am missing even here. Maybe I have to build up that spirit even in Dubai. And here in Singapore, the people have that community feeling, like they come together, they help each other. It is not that for every step or every moment you need money and only you will step out. In some of the places I have observed personally, if you invite the people, first of all, they will ask that how much we are going to pay them, then only they will come out of their house and they will step out of the house. But I have seen in Singapore that type of atmosphere and that type of culture they have maintained, not only in our community that we are talking about, the Indian community, but in other communities as well, because we have attended the programs of those communities as well. So everybody is very helpful, very cooperative. And in this way, they all are always ready to practice.
Socializing,
Yes, yes.
yeah, the community service and socializing are getting very strong because the government wanted to engage and implement those kind of activities among the communities and societies. So many organizations are taking that kind of responsible commitment and finding the activities to engage. Even institutions or any industrial happenings or social engagements or government activities, they're having this kind of socializing very strong. I believe the socializing only making you form into the better empowerment strategy, because from the network or from the way of getting the good relationship, your life will be getting changed. You will find out some suitable personality who will enroll together and support for your goals to achieve or guide to achieve the greater things. So that's happening everywhere, but we can't see all the people will believe on us and trust on us to find out the way to collaborate or join venture with us. But we have to make our journey to transform and run our life in the peaceful or comfortable way. But definitely our hard work and ambitions will make the transformation to bring in front of us. We have to go along with that. But we could conduct a lot of programs, Gulf in Singapore and India, the triangle scenario, or even other countries also. If the time zone is not creating more difficult, we can run a lot of programs either physical manner, virtual manner, or hybrid. No problem. If anybody is interested, please talk to Dr. Halima Sadia or myself. We are here to help you and extend our help for the needy people through any particular aspects or any particular criteria. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And let me announce that Dr. Ram's company, ACE International, and my company, A2FAM International, both are going to organize an award ceremony in Dubai on 25th May. And it's for all the leaders and especially the EDU leaders and the leaders of other aspects or other fields. All are invited to nominate themselves. If their services will be found that is worth of appreciation and award, then certainly they will be awarded. It will be in the hybrid mode, like the people can attend virtual as well. Virtual awards can be sent to their addresses in Singapore, in Dubai, and in India, not in any other country. But other country people can receive their virtual awards, and physical award will be given in Dubai in a function that will be conducted on 25th May. So this is the first information we are sharing with you all, that Dr. Ram and me, both of us, have already conducted 3 major award ceremonies. 2 were a ceremony in Singapore, that was for the leaders, global leaders, and 1 we have done in Maldives, that was for the Iron Lady Award. So everybody, to whosoever belongs to any nationalities, there is no discrimination among the nationalities. Anybody can apply for this or nominate themselves or their friends or whosoever they think that they are deserving. And our jury is going to select and decide, and they will get the confirmation. And then after that, they can attend the conference in Dubai. Thank you very much, everyone. Welcome, Rahul Patki. How are you? You missed most of the golden words of Dr. Ram.
Yes, I agree. I was in office meeting. It was supposed to finish at 7:30, but it extended a little bit. So yeah, that's the reason.
So,
Nice to see you, Dr. Ram.
Yes, just give a big
Yeah,
round
nice
of applause
to
to our friend Rahul.
Good evening.
Rahul
Good evening,
is
Rahul. Good
is
evening.
a grow rich coach, and he gives advices and suggestions and tips how to be rich in life.
Yes, I try my best.
Okay, then
Making
thank you,
rich.
everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And see you all next Monday. Next Monday, another mentor is going to be with us, and we can chit chat with another mentor. Thank you. Take care, and good night. May God bless you all.
Good night.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.